and welcome to the Nexus for this update video on what's going on with the collections from Eaglemoss, IXO and Fanhome as well, and De Agostini, and we'll get to everything as well. So I just want to start off, we'll probably go into a bit more depth on my Sunday live stream, so if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do, and watch on Sundays, probably be a bit more information by then as well. So this is the only video I'm going to do until then. So this is for Fanhome, De Agostini, IXO, and it involves the collections from Eaglemoss. So basically there's a few things going on in the back, and I'm going to explain that as well. So basically Eaglemoss closed, obviously, went bankrupt back in June, July. And since then, we've been unable to complete our things. There's been a lot going on back in the back. IXO, PCT are the same company. PCT is the manufacturing company that produces a lot of the part works that Eaglemoss did. Now, when Eaglemoss went bankrupt, they bought the customer database, and that's all they did. Obviously, they produced the model parts anyway. But they bought the customer database. We were under the assumption that they were going to sort of redo all the collections, or well, redo some of them. And they have, but we were always under the impression that they were going to do the Ecto-1 and stuff like that. Well, Fanhome come along, and just recently we all found this out. But Fanhome actually started this thing right from the very start. So they acquired or set in motion to gather the information and the licensing to get the models. In fact, Fanhome actually took on some of the Eaglemoss staff as well to facilitate this. So with all the information coming out of IXO, the reason they got involved, and the reason why I think there's a massive confusion here, is because obviously they had the customer database. So they were able to message and contact ex-Eaglemoss customers about what was going on. And I think the confusion came because they had your information. We obviously automatically thought that they were going to then produce some of the models that were coming out, mainly Ecto-1 and the Enterprise D. What we didn't know, and what couldn't be said at the time, was that Fanhome had actually acquired the licensing to do these. Now, they've been working backstage tirelessly to acquire the license. There's still stuff going on, but they've been able to produce this. So if you go onto Fanhome right now, you'll be able to find the collections there. They'll either be on a notify or pre-order status, so you won't be able to order anything, or nothing will happen for the time being, that is. But over the next couple of months, that will sort itself out. I'm under the impression as well that by March, first boxes should be going out, and we'll get onto that in just a minute. We'll talk about IXO for the minute. So IXO, PCT. The reason we say PCT is the company that produces a lot of the die-cast model cars and stuff like that, but they also produce and have the tooling for all the models. And obviously they sort of lost a lot of money when Eaglemoss went, but lots of people did. And they were in a position that they were going to help, just like ex-Eaglemoss employees, to make sure we could finish our models. They bought the customer database, so they own the email addresses for everyone. And that is why they were able to contact us all and keep us up to speed, which is really nice. But obviously they couldn't tell us that Fanhome had actually acquired the licensing, or was going to acquire the licensing to do these models. Anyway, Fanhome, we'll get onto that in just a minute. IXO was still on, so IXO are going to produce some of the models that Eaglemoss did, but there's a bit of a catch on that. So the models they're going to be producing is Willys Jeep, the Mercedes 3000, and the Nissan GTR. Now they will be produced as a full build. Okay, so they'll be available as a full build. I believe you can go along and either pre-order or put your name down or even buy them right now, but they don't start shipping out until, I do believe, around sort of April, June time. And you'll be able to buy the full build, basically. Also, as well, they're limited to 500, and that would be worldwide. So you sort of have to get on this. Now, if you're one of those customers that half built one of these vehicles through Eaglemoss, there will be IXO obviously hold your data and your email address, so they'll be in contact with you in due course, and they will send out, I do believe, in February they're going to be sending out a discount. So what will happen is an email will get sent to you. You tell them how far along in the collection you got, and then you will get a discount on the full build. You'll get a discount on the stuff that you've already got, but you will receive a full build. You won't receive the parts that you need. You'll receive it as a full build because that's all they're doing. But you will get a discount. Now, obviously, as well, there won't be a monthly subscription. You won't be able to collect any of the issues individually. You'll have to pay the lump sum that's left for you to get it. But the discount code will be specifically for you, and it'll be tailored to where you ended up and how many issues you got left, and then you'll be able to finish your models like that. And I believe people should start receiving those emails, I think, about February time. But once again, they don't start shipping out until April, June time. But if you haven't collected these ones, so if you wanted the Nissan GTR or the Willys Jeep or the Nissan 3000, this is probably the best time you're going to get. But it's very, very limited, as they're only producing 500 of each one worldwide. So there is that option. Now, at the moment, that's all they've got on there. They're available right now. If you go on IXO Collections, they're actually on there right now. And you can go and do that. But like I said, if you're halfway through building them, best thing is to wait for this email to come. Then you'll get a discount code, and then you will apply that discount code to the full build, and they will send you the full build at the discounted price. It just means that you'll have parts already got. I don't really know what else to say about that. I wasn't collecting those ones. It does seem a little bit messy. Personal opinion, that does seem a bit messy, but it is what it is. Now let's get to Fanhome. So Fanhome have got the Back to the Future DeLorean, which I have just here, and they've also got the Enterprise D, the Ecto one. Yes, the two main ones we really wanted, but also ones that people were screaming out for. It was not just the DeLorean, but also the Eleanor as well. And it was a bit of a surprise because we definitely knew Ecto one and the Enterprise was going to be sort of fast tracked. Ben Robinson, one of the senior designers of Eaglemoss, said that he was going to help them push this right through. So we definitely knew Ecto one and the Enterprise. We were always under the impression it was going to be IXO Collections that released it. That was all false. All along, Fanhome already knew all this information, but obviously couldn't say. So we got Eleanor, the DeLorean, Enterprise D, and Ecto one. So at the moment, they're on their site. They're either on a notify or a pre-order. And once they go live, as it were, you'll be able to go on there and select what issue you got up to. Now remember, you're selecting the issue, not the stage number. It's really complicated. So I think you had issue 1, and I think it had stage 2 and 1 and 2 in. So if you're on stage 83, that's not issue 83, that's stage 83. So you really need to find out what magazine you got. That is your issue number, the magazine. And the parts that you get, are they the stage parts? If that makes any sense. So yes. So I know some people said that they got up to issue 20, but on stage 80. But some people have said they've got up to issue 80. It's different the way that Eaglemoss did it, and it's the same way that actually Fanhome do it as well. I think they do a similar thing with some of their collections as well. So you can go along now, put your details in. When it's ready to go, they will email you, and then you'll tell them either on the site itself or through emails. You'll tell them what issue number you got up to, and then you will start your collection from that issue number. And then you'll get it as a standard subscription. So you won't be able to buy individual issues. You won't be able to buy the full kit. You'll have to sign up like you would normally. So you'll get a parcel every month, just like you normally would do when you sign up to these collections. So you'll get your parts, you'll get your 4 stages and an issue sent to your home every month. So it means that I do believe some people are only waiting for 4 issues to complete their Ecto 1. So if you're that far ahead on Ecto 1, it means that you'll get 2 boxes and then you're finished. The Enterprise, I do believe they got up to issue, I think it was issue 21, and that means there's still, I do believe there's still 12, 13, 14 issues still to go. So there's still a year away from you completing your Enterprise. But it's good to know that we're golden. So at the moment, anyone that is part way through can sign up. Now, if you've never built the Enterprise, you've never built the DeLorean, and you think this is the time I'm going to do it, you can't do it at the moment. I believe new subscribers to these builds will be able to go live, I believe, in February, March time. So it's about a month or 2 after. You'll then be able to start your collection from the very beginning, and you can start collecting just like any other collection. I was halfway through the Enterprise and Ecto 1, so I will pick up where I left off from them, and we'll go through on that. And see, I'm just really excited that we've actually now got somewhere that we've got. FanHome's a trusted site. Now, there is problems with FanHome, and we'll come on to that. Now, FanHome only deliver to Germany, the US, and the UK. And that is the only places you'll be able to buy these at the moment. So if you're in Central Europe, Ireland, Canada, Australia, at the moment, it's not looking good. But they are working on a solution to do that. Now, FanHome is part of DeAgostini. Now, in Hungary, where FanHome doesn't deliver, in Hungary you can actually sign up for the DeLorean build. So probably what's going to happen over the next, I would say, next couple of months, even a year maybe, that in countries that don't have FanHome and FanHome don't deliver, you'll be able to pick them up through DeAgostini. So places like France and Denmark and places like that in Ireland that get deliveries from DeAgostini, that is probably where the Enterprise, the DeLorean, Ecto 1 and the Eleanor is probably going to end up. And it will give you the opportunity to do it. At the moment, FanHome are doing it their way, but FanHome is owned by DeAgostini. So there is a huge possibility that not only will they be offered through DeAgostini, but a lot of these part works in DeAgostini or Atelier or somewhere like that, they come out in newsagents. So there's probably an option for them to be released in newsstands over in those countries. Now breathe. So there's a lot going on at the moment. There's loads going on at the moment. Go and check it out. Sign up if you're halfway through. It's all live right now. There's a few other things as well I want to get off now. So if you have a damaged part or you didn't receive parts from Eaglemoss, I'm afraid that is a lost cause, and you'll have if you have say you've got issue 8 and you've got issue 7, and there were some parts that were broken in issue 7, but you got issue 8, you would have to start your collection from issue 7 to reclaim those broken parts. They will not send you parts that were damaged when it was under Eaglemoss, which is understandable because there could be some confusion. There's ways to sort of play the system on that, so I understand why they do that. And also as well, so your best bet is to start your subscription from those damaged parts. It's the only way to get them at the minute. But yeah, they also as well, they won't accelerate or skip issues. So if you start from issue 7 and you've got issue 8, because 7 is broken, they won't skip you. Also, as well, there's no accelerator like Eaglemoss, so there's no sort of there's no saying, well, can I have 2 issues sent to me instead of 1? That ain't happening. So there's a few differences between that and Eaglemoss. Also, as well, do not ring them up saying I did this through Eaglemoss and I did that for Eaglemoss, because this is Fan Home. Eaglemoss doesn't exist anymore. It's a numb thing. Also, as well, you won't need your Eaglemoss customer number. All you need is to remember the issue number that you got last or you want to start your subscription from. It doesn't matter if you even bought half a collection from eBay or something like that. You can actually start your collection from that point. If you bought a collection from someone who stopped it and they only got up to issue 20 or something, then you can start your collection from issue 20 because they don't have your details. IXO hold all that, so they don't know the customers from Eaglemoss or your number or anything like that, and they need none of that. You just need to tell them the point that you want to start at, and then you will start at that point. That's it. So yeah, it's all a go. There's a bit of information there. I will be doing a live stream on Sunday, so if you haven't subscribed to the channel. Watch me on Sunday evening, 7 PM UK time on Sunday, where I'll probably be going through a lot more of this. A lot more information will probably end up coming out as well. Just before I go, price is the same as their other subscriptions. So each issue is, or each stage, okay, because we're talking about stages here on pricing. Each stage is £10.99 plus £1 over here in the UK, that is, for shipping. So £11.99 an issue, a stage. You get 4 stages in one issue. So it roughly works out at about £48 a month, which is roughly about what we're paying for Eaglemoss anyway. So it's a win-win, to be perfectly honest. And I just can't wait to get going. I can't wait to start the Enterprise back up and get it going again, because I missed a few issues, but it doesn't matter now because I can start from the point that I missed and finish that. Also, as well, there's a few other things. There won't be any binders, I do believe. I'm under the impression that there's no binders. There will be a magazine with the build instructions, and I do believe the magazines that we got before with the episode guides, I believe that's all there as well, and that goes right up to the end of the collection with all the build instructions in, and the stand. Yep, we'll be getting the stand as well. As you're a subscriber, you'll get the subscription gifts, which I do believe was the stand. So if you haven't got to that point yet and you need a stand, you will get the stand. I'm not too sure when that gets sent out to you, whether that's part of a subscription number or not. I'm not too sure, but you will still get these gifts as well. In terms of like display cases and stuff like that, I'm not entirely sure, to be completely honest, because I know that there was a display case offered for the DeLorean. Also, as well, I believe the DeLorean extended issues are still there as well, so you'll still be able to build Back to the Future 3 version with train wheels and track. Now, is that it? Now, is that it? Also, as well, just before I go, I don't know. We obviously had a problem with when Eaglemoss was about with the Ecto 1 door and the decals that were on it and the stickers and stuff like that. I don't know whether the new one they've got going has the old one or they've replaced it with the new one. I don't know yet, and probably a lot of people will find that out as they go along the build. So I don't know that. And I know the reason I just bring that up because I remember someone asking about it and I didn't know. And I don't know. I haven't asked those sorts of questions. It's probably something that even the team there doesn't know. It's going to be an interesting one, I suppose, to find out. But yeah, if you do ring them up, just be polite. Just, you know, emails, just be polite. They are going through a lot. There's a lot of customers that they've got to get through. This is why it's taken this long, you know. And if it takes a little bit longer, it doesn't matter. We've waited this long. Let's make sure that we can get the parts that we need at the right times and the right pace. And hopefully it's a smooth transition, I would say. But anyway, look, thanks for watching. I've been rabbiting on. I hope to see you all on Sunday, but if you can't make it, thank you. Keep it the Nexus. And as always, we'll see you at the next video. Take it easy, guys.